So what he brought out was a lot of the history that we don't know about the Apocrypha, about our captivities. You know, he brought that information out. Now, you said that the Bible was not a true book. So we're going to go and show you.
No. I didn't say it wasn't a true book. I said there's truth in it.
Okay.
But it's largely contaminated, so I just deal with the historical migration patterns.
Okay.
And all of the religiosity of it. I don't subscribe to that.
Okay, I got you. We don't teach religion. We teach. Let me speak to you. We don't teach religion. We teach nationality, and we show what happened to the children of Israel. That's it. We don't subscribe to Christianity or Buddhists or Methodists. We don't subscribe to that. So we're going to show you, based on the Bible prophecies, what we're going to happen to the children of Israel. So now we're going to go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28:15. So now we're going to show you in the book of Deuteronomy, it really describes who these people are. And it only fit one group of people. Right. So God is only dealing with one group. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So this was Moses speaking to the children of Israel. He said that curses were going to come upon you and overtake you. This was written 2,000 years ago. So we know that somebody didn't just make this book up and just put it out there for us. This book, the prophecies that took place, happened to us. Now watch this. Give me 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in this city.
So even to this day, cursed shalt thou be in the city. Look at our foremothers and forefathers. We're today, even to this day, we are cursed in every city. Where do we live at, bro? What do they call where we live? What do they call where we live at? So-called, where most of the black people live. What do they call it? The hood, the project. That's cursed in the city. You can go to any city in America. All over the world, you're going to see who? Us. You're going to see our people. You're going to see blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read on.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So who was cursed in the field? Was our foremothers and forefathers cursed in cotton fields, tobacco fields? Were they cursed? That doesn't fit all nations. That's why God is only speaking to the children of Israel. Remember we read it, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse, give me that 1 and 1 again.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1.
Yes, it is.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So this is God is only speaking to all Israel. It doesn't say all nations.
All Israel.
It doesn't say everybody. It said he's speaking to the children of Israel.
Right.
That's it. Now, give me another curse. Give me 32. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Bring it on. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
God says our sons and daughters were given it to another people. Who did that happen to, brother? Brandon? Whose sons and daughters were given to another people right here? When they sold us and gave our children to another race of people. Would you agree? Did that happen to everybody? Or did that happen to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? That's why I'm saying that the Bible is not a religious book. It's a history book.
That's right.
So you have to look at it from a historical standpoint, like you said, but look and trace the history back so you can find out who these people are today. Verse 46. Watch this.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
And these curses are going to be upon thy seed forever. That means you and your children are going to go through these curses. It fit our foremothers and our forefathers. Right. And guess what? It fits us today. Because we're still in the hood. We're still working in the battlefield. We're still working in the orange, picking oranges. Right? So those curses are upon us forever. They don't go anywhere. So these curses don't fit anybody else. That's why I said you cannot look at this book as a religious book. Look at it as a history book and find out why our people are stuck at the bottom. That's why we're out here. Because we're tired of being stuck at the bottom. And we're trying to wake our people up to come back to serving God. Because the God that did this to us, right? He didn't give us religion. Right. He told you, you keep my commandments, I'm going to bless you. If you don't, guess what I'm going to do to you? All these things that we're reading today.
That's right.
Give me 48. We're going to show you another curse. So that's how we know who we are according to the Bible. We're not African. We're not whatever. We are the children of God. We're the children of Israel. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Start at 47.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God, with joyfulness, with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
Because we didn't want to serve God for the joyfulness and abundance of all things. Like keeping Passover, like we're keeping it right now. We're keeping God high holy days. They just covered the Sabbath with you. We didn't do that with joyfulness and gladness of heart. We looked at it and said, this is grievous to us. I don't want to keep God's Sabbath. I want to go out here and buy and sell on the Sabbath. I want to walk around and do what I want, right? God said, because you didn't serve me with joyfulness and gladness of heart, read.
And for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
God said, since you don't want to serve me, guess what? You're going to have to serve your enemies. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So God sent them against us. They didn't come pick us up because they just had some kind of a dream and say, oh, let's go get those people out the west coast of Africa. God sent them against us. Read.
In hunger.
In hunger. So we want food, right? Brandon, where do you get your food from? Yeah, where you shop? Just curious.
Safeway.
Safeway, right? Who owns that?
Hispanics.
Hispanics own Safeway?
Safeway.
So all right, say you go to a store owned by Hispanics. Who do they have to get their produce from, their meats? They have to go to another nation, right? God said you're going to have to serve your enemies, read, for hunger, right?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst.
And in thirst, when you want water, who would you get your water from? The sign, Aquafina. We get that from the so-called white man, right? Read.
And in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So in nakedness, in our clothing, right? We have to go to another nation, made in China, made in America. And in the want of all things. Anything that the black man, the black woman want in America, that's why I said it's not a religious book. Anything we want, we have to go to another nation of people to get it.
Right.
We don't produce those things. If we want an education, where do we got to go? If you want to learn that garbage that T.D. Jakes is preaching over there, he has to go to his oppressor to learn that. You see what I'm saying? We have to learn the Bible. They taught us how to read. Why did they teach? When they taught us how to read, do you think they're going to teach us the right way? They taught us how to read. We know how to read the words in the Bible, but they told us, well, you're Gentiles, or you're another nation. You know, that's what they teach in the Christian church. They don't teach us that we're the children of Israel.
That's right.
So we learned that from our enemies. So we had to learn the Bible from them. When we want a loan, we have to go to them. When we want to buy a car, bury our dead, whatever we have to do, we have to go to another nation of people.
Right.
You hear that, sis? So make sure you look this information up, sis, because this is very vital to your life. Because we are in the last days.
Right.
And right now we're trying to show our people before destruction comes to get their minds right, come back to serving their God, Brandon. Keep reading it.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he hath destroyed thee.
See this right here? You know what a yoke of iron is? Come on close, Brad. Come on up. Let me show you something.
No, I didn't. I got it.
You see that? What's that right there? That is a yoke of iron. Now, is that history or is that religion?
Bring it up.
That's history. That's what we out here teaching. That's why I say when our people come out here, they think that we out here teaching religion. We don't care about religion.
Right.
We teach it to the children of Israel to repent.
Right.
Because we went through all this because we broke God's commandments. Right. Now we're going to give one more curse so you'll be able to really identify who these people fit. Now, how did we get here? Let me ask you that question before I move on. How did so-called black people get over here in America?
Breaking the laws.
Mode of transportation. Did we catch a cruise line? How did we get here? There you go. Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God said he was going to bring us into Egypt. Let's find out what Egypt means. Give me that in Deuteronomy, Exodus 22. Watch this.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So what does Egypt mean? House, captivity, I like that. House of bondage. Watch this. Now let's go back. So now we got that definition. That's how we was talking about, the officer was speaking earlier about how you have to read that Bible. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Now that we understand Egypt, we're going to go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So we know that Egypt means captivity, right? Slavery, read.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did we get here? With cargo slave ships. What happened to us, brother? Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Just the way Moses told us it was going to happen. Didn't it happen like that? That's what I said. We're not out here teaching religion. We're showing you the history that happened to our foremothers and forefathers. Read.
Thou shalt see it. Thou shalt not see it no more again.
We wouldn't see our homeland. But as a nation of people, we're stuck here in the hoods. We're stuck here in the ghettos. We have not been back to our homeland. Our homeland is Jerusalem. That's where we're originally from. Read.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 4 and verse 26. But Jerusalem.
But where?
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
That's where we're from, Jerusalem. That's the mother of us all. All the 12 tribes, we came from Jerusalem. Now let's go back to 68. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there, once you get off of those slave ships, read. Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto your friends.
Unto your enemies.
Unto your best friends.
Unto your enemies.
So we were sold unto our enemies.
Right.
See that? That's why I said it's not a religious book. All you have to do is just read it with understanding. That's why we come out here to show our people. Read.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
That means no man shall get you out of this condition that you're in. We've had great leaders that tried. Malcolm X had a lot of respect for him. He tried. Martin Luther King got respect for him. He tried. The reason I have respect for them is because they love their people. And they died for their people. You understand? Because they knew the condition of their people was at a lower state, and they were trying to bring them up. Give me Nehemiah 8 and 8. So we want to show you why we're out here. Because we're out here to show you, to give you the understanding of the Bible, but we have to give you, watch this verse right here. We're going to show you something.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8 and verse 8. So they read in the book in the law of God distinctly.
So we read in the book of the law. Did we tell you our own thoughts, or did we read straight out of the Bible? We read straight out of the Bible. We didn't tell you that we didn't give you a prosperity doctrine or some foolishness. We're reading it straight from the Bible. That's what we're trying to teach y'all.
That's right.
So they read in the book in the law of God distinctly and gave the sense.
And gave the sense. That's what we're doing. We come out here. We show our people signs. We give them the understanding. We have a 12 tribes chart. Read.
And gave the sense and caused them to understand the reading.
That's what we out here for, to cause you to understand the reading so you can come back to your nationality. So now you know you're Israelite, right? All right, now give me that Deuteronomy 10 and 12. So we're going to show you something, because you know what the day is, right? They covered the Sabbath day with you, right? This is the Sabbath, right? We know that, okay? So that's one of the laws that we have to keep. We have to learn the laws about the Sabbath. No buying, no selling, no cooking on this day, right? Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
And now, y'all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the Israelites of the Bible. Let's see what God requires of y'all. Watch this.
And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Because some of these people out here, I ask them, they tell me they know they're Israel, but they don't keep no commandments. What good is it to know you're Israel and you don't do what God says? You'll continue in this lower state if you don't do what God says. We'll just stay right at the bottom. Oh, I know who I am. I've seen it all the time. But they don't do anything that the Bible says, and we still stand a chance of getting shot down, mistreated in America because we don't do what God says. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring our people back. We're serving their God. Come on this side with us. Learn, keep the commandments.
And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Hey sis, how you doing? We're going over who we are, the Israelites. Come here for a second. Let me talk to you.
I'm right here.
Can I show you something right fast? Do you see yourself on this sign right here? We got Brandon right here. What's your name, sis? 7. Okay. So do you see yourself on the sign?
I mean, I was told I was West Indian.
You're West Indian, so you would be from the tribe of Benjamin, right? Your forefathers, that's all praise to the Most High. That means you fit the 12 tribes of Israel. So now we're going through what God required of us, because we went through all this stuff that you see on these signs because we broke God's commandments. You see that? We went through this. They gave us this, which was a lie. So now we're coming back to the understanding. So now we're going to show you what God requires of a sister from the tribe of Benjamin. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways.
Pay attention, says you listen.
And to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord.
What did God tell us to do?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
What does the Israelites have to do?
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
So God told us to keep his commandments for our good.
Right.
Think about it. In our communities, we have a lot of single-parent households. If we would, the officers was teaching earlier about marriage is honorable. If we honored marriage in our communities, will we have single-parent households?
Bring it out.
No, we marry our sisters. We wouldn't sleep around and have babies here, there, everywhere. We would follow the marriage laws, and that will make our community better, right? If we loved our neighbor as we loved ourselves, then we wouldn't go sell drugs to our brother. We wouldn't go in our community and sell the man that looked just like you something that you know is going to kill him. You know it's poison, and you're going to sell it to him anyway. That's two basic laws that we kept in our communities. Our community will be a lot better. Would you agree, Seven?
Yes.
You agree? All right, so now, do you have any questions for me about the Bible? Because what we're doing out here is answering questions. Because over there, I see the brothers coming down the aisle with their little TD Jakes things on, right? They're not. Okay, come on down, brother. Deal with us. So we're not out here to just give you a song and dance, brothers. Brothers, if y'all want to come get some knowledge, because I'm sure that you're not learning who you are listening to TD Jakes. He ain't telling your nationality. He's telling you you're a Gentile. I heard him say it myself. He ain't teaching nothing in the Bible. If you want to get the understanding of the Bible, come on over and learn, brother. That's what we're trying to do.
Bring it out.
You doing good? So sis, you got a flyer, right?
I don't.
Get you a flyer, and we're gonna.
He got one.
He got one. Okay, can we give you one commandment before you leave? And I got a commandment for you too, Brandon. One more. Can we give you one commandment, sis? Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. Bring it out. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So sis, we tell you this, when we read these commandments, we don't tell our people commandments to try to beat them down. We really tell them to build them up. We want you to get the understanding of what God requires of us.
When he just read, what does that mean?
Okay, we're going to read it for you. Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman,
So you are an Israelite woman from the tribe of Benjamin. Read.
shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So what does a woman wear that pertains to a man, that a man wears? Clothing-wise. What? You got an answer for? What do you think?
Break it down. So what should a woman of Israelite wear?
Keep reading. Let's keep reading.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So a man should wear what a woman wears. So what would be odd if I had it on right out here today? A dress. So that's a woman's garment, right? So what pertains to men? If a dress pertains to a woman, what pertains to a man?
Pants.
There you go, sis. That's what we out here to do. We're out here to show you that as you being a sister, a child of God, from the tribe of Benjamin, God wants you to wear a modest dress.
So I'm supposed to wear the long dress to my ankle.
Yes, ma'am. You're supposed to wear that dress. That all of us are married. A lot of us are married. Our wives wear dresses, sis. You don't realize how beautiful you look in dresses. You understand? So we come telling our sisters, because when a man looks at that's your husband over there. So if a man looks at you, I'm sure he doesn't want a man to look at your shape. You know what I'm saying? So if you got on a modest dress, then a man is not just going to eyeball you, seeing what you got. You understand? All right, watch this. So now you understand that a woman's supposed to wear what pertains to a woman. There you go. Look at my sister right, Isma. She got on a modest dress with her head covered. That's a beautiful thing right there. All she needs is what I'm going to get for you next. Watch this. So you know you're supposed to put on a modest dress. Give me Numbers 15 to 38. So we're going to show you something else. So if you look around, I see you got some on your pocketbook there. What's that things hanging down off your purse? What's those things called? On your purse. Yeah, what are those called? Y'all seen number 4, tassels? That's in the Bible, right? We're going to show you that. Look around at all the men out here. What do we have on? Dress. Oh, sis, come on now. Don't try to cut us up like that. We all got on pants. We got on a garment, but we got on pants.
Right.
Now, watch this.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speaking to the children of Israel.
So God is only speaking to the children of Israel. He don't speak to all nations.
Right.
God don't deal with everybody. I'm telling you, God does not deal with everybody. Read it again.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
No, everybody.
The children of Israel.
All nations.
The children of Israel.
God only deals with the children of Israel. Read.
And bid them.
And bid them, that means to command them. Read.
That they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
To make them fringes in the borders of their garments. Read.
Throughout their generations. And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
That ribbon of blue. You see that ribbon of blue on all the brothers here? They got fringes on, a ribbon of blue. That's the commandment of God. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe.
That shall be to you for a fringe, Brandon. Read.
That ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
So you're supposed to look upon those fringes and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them. Right? So you can buy these fringes. We buy ours at Michael's. You can get them from different stores. And you come to the school, we actually have a school where, you know, we teach and we learn the Bible, and we have sisters there that'll sew your fringes on. See what I'm saying? So all you got to do is get you a few shirts, bring them in, the sisters will put them on your clothes for you.
Right.
That's part of keeping God's commandments. That's when we have to come back to it. All right? So you got any other questions for me? Because I know over there, TJ, he ain't teaching nothing. I can tell you straight. Right. Give me that in Isaiah 56 and 10. Watch this right there. Because I'm telling you, these pastors out here today, they're leading our people straight, and they do not care what happens to them. Right. All they care about is their pockets, so they can get their pockets fat. Right. I think I saw something recently on TD Jakes, a video conference, not actually in person. It was a video conference. If he video conference you in your church, he charges like $100,000 for getting on Skype. Right. Is that crazy? We come out here for free, brother, and we give you the true word of God.
Right.
That man is, hey, like I said, those pastors, man, that don't care about their people, they see the conditions of our people, they put that big church in a neighborhood that's run down, and drugs and everything is being sold all around it, and they do nothing to go out there and change the neighborhood.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed, but at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.